friendship because you guys are the same people that have a lot of energy to give to the useless men in your lives. Like, I'm talking, this guy does not contribute anything to your life, but he'll text you at 4 a.m. and you're ready to cancel your shift and hop on a 2-hour train to go and see him. But then you'll be like, a low maintenance friend. Like, no, low maintenance is insultive. It's insultive. I don't care. There's a difference between a friendship that really doesn't take a lot of effort to keep going and then low maintenance. Low maintenance means like you're on the back burner, okay? And I've been somebody's low maintenance friend and never ever again. When you need something, you come. When you want something done, you come to me, but you don't prioritize me as a friend. And you're calling it low maintenance friendship. Oh, yeah. But when you have boy problems, I become worth the maintenance and worth the effort. Madness.
So I seen this debate all on TikTok, which was low maintenance friends. Here's my take on this. I learned that not everybody is like the type of friend that you keep around every single fucking day. My advice to people who don't like those type of people, say just personally don't be friends with a person. Believe it or not, some people really do appreciate low maintenance friends because the friends that you need in your life every single day will always be there for you. So if you feel like you are not a low maintenance friend, there's millions of other people who are. So let those people navigate to each other. Anyways, it was nice talking to y'all. Let me finish my makeup.
I'm a low maintenance friend. What I mean by that is, yes, I love to talk, and we don't have to talk every single day. I love that kind of friendship where you don't talk for days, weeks, or months, and you pick up where you left off. You don't have to text, call, FaceTime me, but obviously if you do, then I'll answer because I know you're thinking about me and I'm thinking about you too. We just have to understand that we all have lives and different priorities. So that's what I mean that I'm a low maintenance friend. But regardless, I'll send you a text here and there just to let you know that I think about you. There's just so much negativity in this world that, you always have to have some positivity somewhere. And it just doesn't have to be your friend. It can be your sisters too.
I really have come to believe that the best friendships are the ones that require the least amount of work. And I don't mean lack of effort. Of course, you still need to try to hang out with each other and care for each other, but you understand that you both have lives going on, relationships, families, work. And so when you catch up, it's no drama, no bullshit, just good energy. And even if it's only once or twice a year that you see each other, it's like nothing has changed. There's no competition in your friendship. You're both rooting for each other. I'm telling you, those are the friendships that last 10 plus years.
As you get older, you realize that it's the low-maintenance friendships that will survive. Remember in your 20s when you would have 50 different friend groups, different events every week, and you would see them and talk to them almost every day? But as you grow up, get in a relationship, get married and have kids, you realize you don't have that much time to spend with friends anymore. And it's the friends that respect and understand that will stick around. These are the friends that understand the value of a rain check. They don't expect you to reply right away. They don't expect a phone call every day. You don't even have to see them maybe once every few months. When you do hang out after a long time, it feels like you guys see each other every week. Those few months apart give you so much to talk about. And it's these low maintenance friendships that last the longest. If you have those effortless, understanding friends in your life, cherish them because they're the ones who are going to stick around through all chapters of your life.
Most so-called low maintenance friendships are actually acquaintances. And if they're not yet, many of them will turn into acquaintances long term. I do feel like this low maintenance friendship glamorization is a result of our culture overall shifting more into low effort generally as we're becoming more individualistic and self-centered with the whole don't disrupt my peace rhetoric and, live on your own terms. We are romanticizing canceling plans at the last minute and labeling it self-love. We take 5 days or more to respond to a text because that's supposed to be okay. My experience is that our sense of duty to one another is diminishing. Main character syndrome has become an epidemic, and that's supposed to be a good thing.
Now, this one is a little controversial. A lot of the girlies are saying, I don't have to talk to you all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Low maintenance friend. I don't have to talk to you all the time for you to know that, I'm your friend and I'm here for you. And I get that to some degree. But when it becomes a misstep is if you're never reaching out, right, to check up on them, see how they're doing with genuine concern, and then it just kind of starts to fade away.
The frequency, decrease. Maybe you're not hitting me up. Maybe you're not sending a hello. Maybe you're not sending gifs, and memes. What the fuck is up?
So yes, my list of what I think we should leave in 2023. Number 1,
low maintenance friendships. I don't want to hear that rubbish on this app anymore. You're not a low maintenance friend. You're a bad friend. That's what I want to say here. I'm sorry. But I don't believe in this rubbish of low maintenance friends, because some of you are low maintenance until it comes to a man. When it's a man, you'll be chasing him, writing him messages, calling him, all of that. But when it comes to your friend who has been there for you since the day, your day one, you're claiming to be low maintenance, eh? You're not responding to her messages. You're not. Please, let's leave this rubbish. Let's leave it. Let's put effort into our friendships this year. The way you would message and call your man, use that same energy, and put into your friendships, because I hope that we do not carry these bad habits into 2024. This is the first day of the year, so I hope we left this last year. In fact, yesterday was the last day we mentioned this rubbish, okay? And if you have a friend like this who claims to be low maintenance, please drop them. Let them go and make friends with their fellow low maintenance friends, okay? Let them make friends with other low maintenance people. Honestly, this 2024, we are going to be intentional with our friends. We're going to, be friends with those who are actually friends with us. A balanced kind of friendship. That's what we're aiming for this year, okay?
Let's talk about low maintenance friendships versus being a shitty friend, because there's a big fucking difference, and I think people equate them to being the same thing, and they're literally not. People are saying like, oh, it's an excuse to be a shitty friend, like a low maintenance friend is an excuse. Like, no, it's not. I think people need to have different expectations for different people in their lives. Like for me, sometimes I forget to respond to texts for weeks. That's just it. I'm neurodivergent. Sometimes I have really bad PDA coming in, just pathological demand avoidance. So if I think I have a demand, which is responding to a text, I just can't do it. And sometimes that happens. And that doesn't mean I don't care about you or you're not an important person to me. It just means that sometimes it's too much for me to handle. If I saw you text me and it was an emergency, I'd immediately respond. But it's hey, what are you doing? When do you want to make plans? Sometimes it will take me a little bit to respond. And I give the same grace to my friends. I am not going to get upset if it takes them a little bit to respond, because I understand that everybody is living their own life. People don't owe me anything. I don't owe them anything. There's a difference between being a shitty friend and never showing up, never responding to texts, never trying to make plans. But sometimes that's the case. Sometimes you're not going to see a friend for 3-6 months, a year, maybe more. Maybe that's because they live out of state. Maybe because they have a really stressful job. Maybe that's because they just don't like to leave their house a lot, or you guys are just living your life. That happens all the time. I hear that people saying oh, if you don't see them all the time, if you only talk once every few months, that's an acquaintance. No, I've had my best friend since I was 1, and sometimes we didn't even talk for a year, a couple years, because she lived out of state. She was doing her own thing. I was doing my own thing. But that doesn't make her less of an important person in my life. People can ebb and flow in what kind of role that they have in your life, you don't have to talk to every single person every single day to have them be important to you. Sometimes you can talk to them every single day, and then maybe it will flow to once a year, and that's totally fine. They can still be an important person to you, even though your dynamic and your relationship has changed. I am going to be the friend that is always going to give above and beyond effort when it comes to anything. If you ask me to help you with something, I'm always going to try and do it. If you need something when we're out, I'm always going to try to do it. I go into mom mode when I'm with my friends, because I always want to make sure everyone is comfortable. I love my friends and I will always go to bat for them. But just because I don't respond quickly doesn't make me a shitty friend, doesn't make somebody else a shitty friend. And if that's something that is important to you, then that's something that you do need to discuss with people. But I also think that sometimes you do need to give somebody grace in responding, because maybe they work a 9 to 5 and they have time to respond to you after, but they're so fucking tired with everything going on in the world and everything going on in their life that they just want to take a mental break, and that should be okay with you. And if you're an understanding, caring person who cares about your friends, you should put their mental health first. So that's kind of where I'm at. I feel everyone has different takes on this. But as a neurodivergent person that understands it can be mentally overwhelming sometimes to respond to people, sometimes you just need to give some people grace, and that doesn't make them less of a friend.